friend, welcome back to my channel Take W3 Web. This is Vijay Kumar. Take W3 Web, it is a platform where you can learn step by step all about the Salesforce application and development. In this tutorial, you will be learn about a framework, LWC, a best class trigger, Visual Force, and many more. So now let's get started. So friends, in the previous lesson, we have learned the lifecycle hooks with real-time example in LWC component. So in the previous lesson, we have created in the JavaScript file constructor, connected call by function, render call by function, disconnected call by function, and error call by function in JavaScript LWC component. So in this lesson, we will be use same LWC component and we will be learn about how does work disconnected call by function and how does work error call by function in LWC component. So friends, as you know in the previous lesson, disconnected call by function automatically execute whenever any of the child component remove from the parent component, then disconnected callback will be automatically execute in the LWC component. If any of the function in the JavaScript occur any of the error, then error callback will be automatically execute. So in this lesson, we will be learn about how does work disconnected callback and how does work error callback function in LWC component. So in this lesson, we will be learn with example about disconnected callback and error callback function. So for example, I will create two buttons. First button is a for the show the component and second button for the hide the component. So when this component represent for the show component and this component represent at the hide component. And below both of the button, I will be call a child component. So as per the disconnected call by function, whenever child component removed from the browser, then disconnected callback automatically execute, and whenever show function call on the JavaScript method, then this component will be displayed on the browser. So first button for display the child component and hide button for the remove the child component. So whenever I click on the hide button, this component will be removed from the browser and here will be display the alert message through the disconnected callback function in LWC component. So friends, now let me jump to my VS Code where we will be see live demo example how does work disconnected callback and how does work error callback function in LWC component. So now let's get started. So friends, this is my VS Code. In the VS Code, I already created two LWC component. That component I created in the previous lesson. So in this lesson, we are using same LWC component. The component name is parent lifecycle hook and child lifecycle hook. So this child lifecycle hook I call inside the parent component here. So friends, in this lesson, we will be learn about how does work disconnected callback and how does work error callback function in LWC component. So friends, as you know, disconnected callback function automatically execute whenever the child component remove from the parent component. So in this lesson, we will be learn about how does work disconnected callback and how does work error callback function in LWC component. So for example, in this lesson, we will be create two lightning button. First lightning button will be display for the child component and second lightning button for remove the child component. So once child component remove from the parent component, the here will be display alert message in the child component disconnected callback. So here first created lightning button. So first lightning button for the show the child component and second lightning button for the remove the child component. So let's create button first. Lightning button. Label. Lightning button. Variant. Brand. Label. Show the component. So child component. And here I am passing the function on click. Show action. Handler. Here I'm passing the message. So action handler. So message will be passed inside the curly bracket. In the LWC component, always click function pass inside the curly bracket, not use double quote and single quote. Then here I will create another one function for the remove the child component. So first copy this lightning button. Below the lightning button, I am creating another one button for the remove. So here I will be remove the child component. Label name is the remove child component and on click function for the remove action handler. Remove action handler. And this is a child component. So this child component I will be called inside the lightning if condition because based on the if condition I will be remove and display the child component in the parent component. So here I will use template if condition. If this dot true, inside the bracket I will pass a variable in the curly bracket. Let's suppose I will be create a variable render child. This template close after the child component here. So friends, here I call child component inside the template if condition. So whenever this attribute value getting true, then the child component will be rendered on the browser. If this variable getting false, then this child component remove from the parent component. So once this child component remove from the parent component, the disconnected callback of the child component will be execute and will be display alert message. The child component has removed from parent. So friends, now let's create function. The function name is show action and remove action handler. So copy the function name show action handler, go to the JavaScript of the parent component, and here after error callback function, I will create a function. The function name is show action handler, and here I will create a local variable that is a render child. So based on the local variable, I will be display and remove the child component. So copy and let's create a variable attribute. This is a local variable. So by default, I am passing false. Then copy the variable and here I will be pass true. And here I am passing true value. This dot name of the variable and here I am passing true. So once this variable getting true value, the component will be show and in the parent component, I also created for the remove the child component. So the function name is remove action handler. Copy the function name and create another one function. And here I will be passing the value false. So once this attribute value get false value, the child component from here it will be removed from the component. False. So this attribute in the show action, this attribute getting true value, and in the remove action, this attribute getting false value. Now save the parent component and JavaScript file also. Now I am going to the child lifecycle loop component. In this component, in the JavaScript file, I will create a disconnected callback function. So once this child component removed from the parent component, the child component's disconnected callback function will be automatically execute. So once remove the child component, this function will be execute and will be display the alert message. So alert message will be alert, and inside the alert, I am displaying the message. Child component has been removed. Child component has been removed from parent. Here I am displaying the alert message. Child component has been removed from parent. So whenever this child component remove into the parent component, so whenever this child component remove from the parent component, this disconnected callback function in the child component will be automatically execute and this alert message will be displayed. Now let's save and deploy child component to the Salesforce or as well. The child component deploys successfully to the Salesforce or now also I am deploying the parent component as well. So parent component also deploy successfully. Now go to the Salesforce or let me check the scenario. So friends, here I created two buttons. Once refresh the page, both of button will be displayed here. Now refresh the page. You can see my both component display here, but there is no space between two buttons. So let me give a space left side between the button. So this is a lightning button. Here I am adding a class SLDS M left underscore large. It will be give a space left side from the button, save and deploy to code into the Salesforce. Component deploy successfully. Let me refresh the page. So friends, you can see there is a gap between two buttons. Now, once I click on the show child component, the child component will be displayed below the button. Once I remove the child component button, this child component will be removed and the disconnected callback will be called, and in the alert message, that is I mentioning the child component JavaScript in the disconnected callback function, this alert message will be displayed after remove the component. So now let's click on the button first, show the child component. You can see here I am a child component that is called into the parent component. So this message coming from the child component, if you check on the child component HTML, here I am giving the S2 title. Here I am a child component that is called into the parent component. And this child component I calling into the parent component inside the template if condition. So this time alert message no display because here I am displaying the component. But once I remove the child component from the parent component. So friends, once I remove child component, this child component will be removed from the parent component and disconnected callback will be executed and in the disconnected callback alert message will be displayed. So in the disconnected callback alert message, I am displaying child component has been removed from the parent. So now let's click the remove child component. Then this child component will be removed from the parent and alert message will be displayed. So now let's click. Here you can see child component has been removed from parent. So this message coming from disconnected callback in the child component. So friends, okay, and you will be see this child component has been gone. So once I show the child component will be displayed on the parent components. When I remove the child component, the disconnected callback function will be executed and it will be removed from the component. Yes. So friends, here you can see how does work disconnected callback in the LWC component. So this alert message coming from the disconnected callback in the child component and I mentioned here. Now let's learn about how does work error callback function. So friends, in the previous lesson, in the parent LWC component, I created a error callback function. So in this lesson, we will be learn how does work error callback function. So in the error callback function, first I will be passed two parameter error and stuck. So in the error callback function, first I am calling error and stuck. There are two parameter. And this developer.console I am using in the previous lesson. So right now I am removing. I am using another one console.log. Console.log. Inside the bracket I pass error.message. Error.message. So error.message will be displayed what kind of error getting in the function. And second console.log. Here I am passing stack. So stack display as a string format and it will be display the error of the location which of the component display the error. So friends, in the parent component, in the error callback function, I first pass two parameter error and stuck. Error, I am passing the error dot message that will display the exact error message in the function, and second will be display in the string format which component occur error in the function. So it will be display the component name. It is display for the error of the function. Now I am saving the parent component JavaScript and HTML as well. Now let's go on the child component of JavaScript function. And in the child component JavaScript function, I created a connected callback. So this console.log I created in the previous lesson. In this lesson, I will be use display the error message in the connected callback. So friends, connected callback, it will be automatically execute whenever component render on the browser. So here I will be display the error message whenever child component render on the browser. So first, here I am displaying the error message if child component render on the browser. So in the connected callback, I am using a keyword throw new error. In the bracket, I am passing the message loading of the child component failed. Loading of child component it failed. So in the connected callback of the child component, I pass a throw as a keyword new. This is a error. This is a predefined function of the error. And inside the bracket, I am passing the message loading of child component is failed. Now save and deploy the source code to R. So friends, component has been deployed to successfully. So friends, after deploy the component successfully to the Salesforce, now let me check the scenario. So go to the Salesforce org, refresh the page, and let me open the console.log so that after click we can check the log, clear log. So right now my child component is not rendered on the browser. So once I click on the button, my child component will be displayed below the button. And here I am displaying a message loading of the child component fail in the connected callback of the child component. If child component load on the browser, this message will be displayed in the console. So now let's click. After click the button, the my child component will be displayed and message will be displayed on the console log. So now let's click here. Here you can see loading of child component failed. So first console log is display from this message coming from the child component connected callback. Loading of child component is failed, and if you go on the bottom where it's failed, it will be displayed. This is a fail on the parent life cycle loop. This is a parent component and this is a child component. Then it is a render callback function of the parent component life cycle loop. So friends, here you can see loading of the child message failed. This message coming from the here. So friends, if child components loading, here I am displaying the error message loading of child component failed. And in the JavaScript file, in the parent component, here I am giving a message which component getting failed. So here you can see it's display the parent component and this is a child component. So this is the name of the component that is getting failed. So first display the message, then display the component name, which component getting failed. So friends, in this lesson, we have learned how does work error callback function and how does work disconnected callback function in LWC component. So friends, try to do from your side in your personal org. If you getting any kind of issue, please write in comment box. To get more related video of the Salesforce, go to the YouTube, search TechW3 Web, then click here, go to the videos, And here you will be get so many live demo example of video. Here I created real-time scenario based on working on the office. So here you will be get Salesforce Lightning Aura component, Visual Force page, Salesforce LWC, Lightning Flow Builder, and here so many video you will be get that is working in office in live project. If you subscribe my channel, your project working will be very easy. So friends, like, share and subscribe and support my channel. Thank you so much.